We'll tell you about a couple killed down by the river in Unitedville. The father of the victim says his son was getting threats, and a man stabbed to death in the city by someone he called a friend. Also, the communication workers for justice leave another meeting with BTL executives, but this time there is no joy. They say their former employer has abandoned good faith. Plus, tomorrow's virtual Senate meeting is cancelled. We'll tell you why the government felt the need to flex on the independent senators, and we'll talk to the church senator. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Monday, February 23rd, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Crank.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
At Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper-quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the Smart Thing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today, only at Cellular World.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
I'm Randall Friesen and I manage Westville Produce, better known as Granny's Foods. That's our main brand. So we offer high quality grains, beans, rice, and we also offer corn chips made from 100% locally grown corn. We saw a need for high quality locally produced products. A lot of the best products are being exported, and we said, we need to keep some of the best products here in Belize rather than export everything. Atlantic Bank has helped us achieve our goals by providing the financing for us to be able to launch products faster than we would without the financing that they offer. We find that Atlantic Bank is very customer friendly, especially with small and medium-sized businesses. We find that Atlantic Bank is more than willing to go the extra mile. They try to understand your business. So when we go to Atlantic Bank with a certain need, we find that they try to develop a solution that will meet our specific need. I would encourage any small business owner to go to Atlantic Bank for their financial services. They're very friendly, and just overall, their service is excellent.
Registering a child's birth is a vital step for parents and guardians, and now it's easier than ever. With the new Civil Registry and Vital Statistics System, CRVS, you can register online or at any Civil Registry Department and Vital Statistics Unit office near you. Who can register a birth? Married parents. Either of you can register. Just bring your marriage certificate. Single mothers. You can register alone as long as the father's name isn't being added to the birth certificate. Unmarried parents. Either parent can register with a signed consent form from the other. Download the consent form from the VSU website. It's quick and easy. Required documents. For all birth registrations, you'll need a copy of your ID. The new CRVS. Digitally connecting citizens to all vital statistics services. Visit crvs.gov.pz today to register your child's birth.
When the scandalous Bolito contract to Brad's Gaming Group, raising questions about possible involvement by a close family member of the former Prime Minister, was renewed under Barrow's government, Tracy Panton was at the center of it.
And the Gaming Control Board, Madam Speaker, came under my direct oversight. And no member of that control board can ever say that there was any interference, ministerial or otherwise, in the review and the awarding of the Brad's Gaming Group Limited bid.
It was a setup from day one. Everybody and the granny know that Brad's may win that contract.
Under that contract, government lost tens of millions, receiving under $2 million annually. Since the current administration cancelled it, profits are now over $20 million. With her record, is Tracy fit to run the nation's finances as Prime Minister? Definitely not.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild. One high bush like jungle. I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in. I made a teenager. Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very this, that's for we, and we proud of this.
Now we're claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology. It's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures, customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter, smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights, distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids, and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
What may happen before? Me don't know where that. That not PUP.
It takes a lot to stand up for what's right. And the Deputy Prime Minister did just that.
Ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, the people of Belize have to bless it.
And someone's not happy about it. Because this was never about benefiting you, the people. They tried to push an acquisition no one wanted. An acquisition that would only benefit their families. All the while using your company.
BTL won't have to take a chill pill, you know. They won't have to shelf it.
Cordell for the people, Johnny for himself.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, two families are grappling with grief and uncertainty after a young couple was killed. 23-year-old Jerrington Ingram and 20-year-old Miguel Venegas had gone down by a creek in Unitedville for an evening swim, but they never returned. The young couple, who had just started dating, were fatally shot. Jaleesa Roberts has the story.
A pile of lumber is now left on this property, as Jerry Ingram never got to come home to build a chicken coop with his father. Instead, the father, after traversing down a road that leads to the creek behind Lower Dover Jungle Hotel, and a few miles from their family home, found his son's body along with his girlfriend, Miguel Venegas. It's a discovery no parent could imagine having to face. And it is especially painful based on their last conversation a few days earlier.
And the last time I speak with my son was like Wednesday. My son called me and talked to me and tell me he love up me and thing and you want to leave job and thing, I want to talk to my son because I'm why he come do and leave work with me. And I got a job for tell the man like I have a, have a link up on a job for make it go through Monday, go deal with that. But at the same time, I could feel it that something me wrong to in a way because, as a parents, you could feel a danger occurred in your kids' in life. So I just want to talk to my son that day. So I wait for him, I wait for him in my house. He was alive when I reached my house, and when the brother called, he answered the phone and say, "Are they come right now?"
But he never came home and his dad had to find him and identify him.
And the man we gone and find my son, I gone down the side there. Gonna look for my son because I hear that down the side they gonna take a least swim and thing, and I hear some shot. So more likely, I don't know what they go on in the village, So I decide to go down the side of me, brother, and we walk down the side there, and at the same time, you know, two tourists they had a we. You dig? And they meet the body first and we they're right behind it.
His father admits that this didn't come as a complete shock, as his son was having issues with other individuals in the village for years. But he would have never thought that this cruel end would befall his oldest son.
The hardest thing to accept, mommy. I don't really know who did the murder, you know, how, what occurred in that, but by my part, I know that's something they want a long time with my son. And someone get to see the way about how he walked on the side there and they get to, you know, do them plan a move and then they do them shooting, you know. Just hide and shoot up my son because the way how they shoot up my son or somebody will really me want to kill him. No anybody out here want see them kid dead by like that. Yeah, 1-2 shot could kill your picnic, but 13 shot so much in your face, in your body, all through your hand.
And he believes he has an idea of the group responsible for this. But this is his message to them.
You just have to answer to the good Lord by my part. He not the man we want to judge them. He not the man we want to put them into justice. Not me. God knows who do it. And they want to get fair, you know, see it on the longer run, what will happen to them.
The single dad remembers him as someone who was always smiling, but he said this hurts.
He hurt me, you know, because that time my king, I have my next lead king. I have to accept life and move on. But yes, he's dead, but he always in my heart, you know, because everybody knows that you're lost, but you're not forgotten, you know. The next thing we live in you because your whole life and in a baby. So you're just 23 years old. You can't forget anything, them, man.
For now, it is anyone's guess who took the young lives of Miguela and Jerry. Jaleesa Roberts, 7 News.
Police say that at this time they have no suspects and they are asking for any possible eyewitness to come forward with information. Persons with information can call 922-TIPS or use the P3 app to share anonymous tips. And while that double murder is unsolved, police have made an arrest in the February 13th double murder which happened in Belmopan. And that's when Zamar Alvarez and Calvert Westby was killed on the main sidewalk in Belmopan. Staff Officer Stacey Smith told us the accused was well known to the victims.
As a consequence of the ongoing investigation into the double murder of Zamar Alvarez and Calvert Westby Jr., which occurred on Friday, 13 February 2026 in Belmopan City, police have formally arrested and charged 19-year-old Jehan Flores for 2 counts of murder. Yes, the investigation is ongoing. What I can say is that the arrested person is someone who was familiar with both of the deceased.
And from the Kaya district to the city, there was a murder last night in the Port Loyola area. Marlon Usher was stabbed to death by a person he knew well and not too far from his family home. Today, Jo Marie Lanza spoke with his grieving mother, whom he was caring for as she recovered from a stroke.
He never went to visit his mother on Sunday, as he usually would when he got off work. But instead, 43-year-old Marlon Usher ended up being rushed to the KHMH that night, where he would later succumb to stab wounds inflicted on him by someone he knew.
Police are seeking one male person in connection with the fatal stabbing of 43-year-old Marlon Usher, which occurred around 9:15 p.m. on Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. What we know so far in the course of this investigation is that Usher was walking on Doris Brook Street when he was accosted by the suspect who inflicted the fatal injuries to him. No clear motive has been established so far.
Is it believed that the deceased may have known the person who attacked him?
That is the indication.
Usher's mother described him as a friendly individual who at times may have kept the wrong company, despite her numerous warnings.
Watch out, this boy just take one knife and kill my little boy. My hard-working little boy will try make sure he have what he need, along with the rest of my children. And I think burn me last night. I don't sleep. I get up 5 o'clock and I change my clothes and come out here. I can't sleep. Yeah, now my nerves. But second way I'm sick, I try hold it. That he done gone. I try. Ask God to please give me the strength to make a hold it. Y'all me don't know why that little boy kill my son. I don't know if that envy or jealous or I don't know what he say. Because I tired of telling him, stop the treatment to stout and treatment. Because when you're the work, lazy man no care, they want to drink you out. Come home and come help your ma and stay with your siblings there and laugh and talk fool like what you like do. Because he always give you a joke. Don't care how Bex and I was at school, you know what, disrespect me. He always they try laugh and going down the step. I said, Mama, stop, you're sick and thing, you know? Yes.
Usher says even she held a friendly conversation with the individual she would later come to know as her son's alleged killer.
So I really feel it. I feel it for my baby. I there by myself with my picnic. How I want to bury my son? How they kill my son? How I want to bury her? How I get a decent funeral? You know what? I the punish in my mind. I the talk and laugh, but in my mind, the punish, the worry, the think. I tell you, they hurt me big time. Big time. Take away from me, then take away from me. And the same little boys see me, they try walk how I got to, and I go slow with the walking stick. And he said, Miss B, I like see how you try. And I tell her, yes, boy, I say I try because I want to get out of this. It's 26, I have to get out of this. And he said, like, he feel happy for me. So I never know that it be for a guy in the envy with my son. I never know.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
Usher leaves behind one daughter. And here now is that interview we missed earlier about the police angle on the Unitedville murder.
Preliminary investigation suggests that the victims may have returned from swimming at a nearby creek when they were accosted. The area has been canvassed with a view to identifying potential witnesses and also to obtaining video footage, which we hope would be of assistance to the investigation. As I stated, there has been no motive has been ascertained. This is one of those cases where we are hoping that persons who were in the area will come forward and share what it is that they may have seen, and that may help us to advance the investigation.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, the communication workers for justice are not happy tonight. That's after a meeting with retail executives today. We spoke to them. And the president of the Senate cancels tomorrow's Senate meeting. We'll tell you why. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
February is all about Honda. Get special pricing and discounts on all Honda products. Enjoy up to 25% off select Honda products and 20% off Honda parts. Don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase. Love your Honda. It's all about deals and discounts on Honda products throughout the month of February. Only at Benquip Equipment Parts Service.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
When it happened before, me don't know where that. That are PUP.
It takes a lot to stand up for what's right, and the Deputy Prime Minister did just that.
Ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, the people of Belize have to bless it.
And someone's not happy about it, because this was never about benefiting you, the people. They tried to push an acquisition no one wanted, an acquisition that would only benefit their families, all the while using your company.
BTL won't have to take a chill pill, you know. They won't have to shelf it.
Cordell for the people, Johnny for himself.
Because the public has a right to know. And once the public has a right to know, journalists have a duty to tell.
The public has a right to know how much money Jules Vasquez's station raked in from government advertising under the UDP administration. So we have a duty to tell. That figure went from 25,000 in 2008 to 195,000 in 2010 to 230,000 in 2011 to 269,000 in 2012 to 296,000 in 2013, 256,000 in 2014, 130,000 in 2015, 165,000 in 2016, 168,000 in 2017, 149,000 in 2018, and 186,000 in 2019, a total of more than 2 million in 10 years. Under the new administration since 2020, the figure went down to a reasonable 37,000. Is this why Jules is so enraged and losing his temper these days? It's all adding up.
This weekend, the NEBL moves into week 2 with a fully loaded weekend of games. On Friday night, the Belmopan Trojans goes up against the San Pedro Tiger Sharks at the UB Gymnasium. Then on Saturday night, the Cayo Western Ballers play host to the Belize City Defenders in a big home game at the Victor Galvez Stadium. The NEBL dancers will be performing live. And in Orange Walk, the Running Rebels look to defend their home court against the Dangriga Dream Ballers. Live performance by Yastalia. Giveaways all night. Plus, at the end of the first and third quarter, fans will get a chance to win cell phones, TVs, plus more. And at halftime, the big $5,000 cash Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports and Diaspora Relations Shooting Challenge. So this weekend, make your weekend an NEBL weekend sponsored by the government of Belize.
Festival come to this very nation.
In Isaiah 30:29 it says, and you will sing as on the night you celebrate a holy festival, and your hearts will rejoice. The body of Christ will unite, and many hearts will rejoice on the Saturday, March 7, 2026 at the Belize Civic Center, beginning at 6 p.m. as a Heavenly's Productions brings to you Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival. Yeah, Jesus.
Featuring the hottest gospel artist coming out of the Bahamas, Sherwin Gardner.
So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, O Jah. Tell them that the praise never stops. All I want to do is give you the highest praise.
Also showcasing one of the biggest gospel artists from out of Trinidad and Tobago, Positive, dropping his hit tunes.
rolling in my two-man army. My Jesus and I wanna sing out some sweet gospel reggae. Blessing after blessing, and nothing can hold it back.
And then it's the return of the biggest gospel band in Belize, Heavenly.
I'm gonna be heavenlies for life, serving Jesus Christ.
And all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, the daughter of the world-famous televangelist Creflo Dollar, none other than Jordan Dollar, with her hit song. Also highlighting Genesis 501 from Capital City, Belmopan. Blind Sight, Genesis Gospel Band from Sugar City, Orange Walk. Reality Youth, Pastor Herman Blees and the Kings Park Prince team. Pastor Frederick Gordon and Garin Carvalho and his GCO group. Remember, Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival, yeah, Jesus, rocking on the world, I said Jesus.
Taking place Saturday, March 7, Belize Civic Center from 6 p.m. until. Bring out the entire family for a time of praising God and witnessing souls being saved and lives being recommitted to God. For tickets, call 615-4766. That's 615-4766. Sponsors, Angela's Press, Racina's Imports, Cellular World, Love FM, More FM, Quem Radio, Vibes Radio, Plus TV, Channel 7, Channel 5, and Wave Radio. Come on out and be blessed.
Jesus Festival, yeah, Jesus.
Accountability isn't merely important for the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority. It's built into every single aspect of how the SARA will operate. SARA is designed with multiple layers of accountability to guarantee responsible and transparent management at every level. Annual comprehensive audits of all SARA operations, finances, and performance will be carried out, providing independent oversight and public reporting. SARA must provide detailed annual reports to Parliament, giving our policymakers complete visibility into operations, achievements, challenges, and financial management. Every dollar collected will flow directly to the government's Consolidated Revenue Fund, managed by the Government of Belize, and will be reinvested in Belize's development. All procurement, spending, and financial management will follow public procurement procedures and public financial management rules, ensuring transparency and the efficient use of public funds. SARA, accountable by design.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The Senate meeting scheduled for tomorrow, Tuesday, February 24th, has been cancelled. The meeting was announced 11 days ago as a virtual session. But when the independent senators indicated that they would go to the Senate chamber to log in from there, it created a point of contention with the president of the Senate, Carolyn Trench Sandiford, and the leader of government business, Eamon Courtney. They believe the independent senators sitting in the chamber would make it a hybrid sitting, and there is no provision for that in the Senate standing orders. Responding with what can be interpreted as a flex, the president today canceled the meeting. But were the independent senators trying to show up the government for having another virtual meeting by going to the chamber? Well, we asked the church's Senator Louis Wade via Zoom.
I was prepared for the meeting, and I believe my fellow independent senators were prepared as well. We were also not given a reason why they wanted to have the meeting virtual either. Virtual meetings are supposed to be for emergencies and such contingencies. And so I live in Belmopan, just a stone's throw away from the National Assembly. And my colleagues were already going to be in Belmopan. When I checked with them, they were already going to be in Belmopan. And so we collectively wrote the clerk of the National Assembly to have the use of the chamber. Reason being because even for me, it was difficult for me to find a location where I could have 6 to 8 hours of privacy, proper lighting, etc. And so we were already going to be in Belmopan. We had received approval from the clerk of the National Assembly to use the location. So it came as a surprise that the meeting was canceled.
The interpretation may be taken that you all might not have been happy. You all might see it as an abuse of the provision, 12A, I believe it is, in the standing orders, which allows for virtual meetings under very specific circumstances, and none of those circumstances currently pertain. Was it an act of mild defiance to say, okay, you all don't want to meet in the Senate? We will still be here in the Senate where senators belong. Was it an attempt to show up the government side?
Well, I don't think it's a decision that the government side should have made in the first instance, because I think if the president is absent, there is a process for that. If a senator is absent, there is a process for that. And now we welcome a process where, in case of an emergency or such contingencies, there's the opportunity for a virtual meeting. I have enjoyed the work of the Senate, the government business leader has done an excellent job of bringing the entire Senate together to work on bills for the national good. Yes, we have had issues as it relates specifically to SMART and BTL. That is not a secret. We had press conference and press briefing. But beside that, I am not aware of anything else.
The 4 independent senators are those from the business community, NGO sector, labor unions, and the churches. Tonight, the Belize Communication Workers for Justice are fuming. That's after another meeting with BTL executives. Now, 1 week ago, the Workers for Justice were elated when the BTL leadership agreed to pay them their severance in a lump sum. But in a follow-up meeting today, the Workers for Justice feel that they have gotten the rug pulled from under them when the executive said that payment would be without interest. Former employee Emily Turner called it an act of bad faith when she exited the meeting at the Labor Department.
These discussions are are no longer being done in good faith. Last week, I think when we spoke, we told you guys that we felt that, they were being genuine, it was being done in good faith, but we don't feel like we are there anymore. There are several reasons we feel that way, because when we ask them to go to the board and give us their ultimate position, we get something else. And when we ask for the ultimate position, we get something lower. So we always been lowball, and we have a very hard mandate to maintain that 6%. That's the mandate that we got, but we are trying to find ways to bring these negotiations and this settlement and not go to court. We will have to continue protesting because we're not making much leeway. We have offered to them to request a meeting with the board of directors, and we don't want a subcommittee. We don't want a piece of the board. We want the full board because the full board must listen to us, must understand what we are proposing, because I think they don't have the context of what we're proposing and the position that they take. Because every time we sit in there, we keep on hearing that they believe that we have a statute of limitation when the CCJ has ruled unpaid people that are beyond 6 years. And this keeps being something that is brought up. These 10 people at this board believe that they are over all of us. I'm starting to wonder if they serve at the Prime Minister's behest or if it's the other way, because it seems like it's the other way. Because I think we all have the recordings where the Prime Minister said that he believes we are supposed to be paid. And I'm sure he will not be saying that just out of thin air. We heard the Minister of Labour say, who's an attorney, that we should be paid. Now we're hearing this. We have to be getting lowballed in all of this. No.
We also heard from the Labour Senator Attorney Glenfield Dennison, who's been sitting in on the meeting. He said BTL's leadership is not reading the room.
And I think Emily's feeling is my read of it too. I don't think it's in good faith. I think they are trying to get out of this with paying to the people as least as possible. And that is not a favorable position for somebody who seems to don't understand that they have a PR problem. BTL, the board of Digi, has a PR problem and they are not managing it at all. Like how you want to tell workers that the value that you were supposed to get in 1995, like we know adjust nothing on that for you. Take your money away from me in 1995, hold a seat here. And you're right, Marisol. If this was a corporate and the role was reversed, they would demand their 6%. So I think the workers and the leaders of the BCWG are flexing and BTL is being inflexible. I don't know. I wish I could be a fly in that boardroom because I can't understand how they don't understand what's happening.
And to turn up the pressure on the chairman, reports say that the BCWJ plans to protest in front of his home and business at Southside Meats in Belize City later this week. 23-year-old Peter Laura was charged for the shooting murder of Mark Waite in January of 2025. But tonight, Laura is a free man after the Crown Counsel from the DPP's office entered a nolle pros against him. No reason was given by the DPP's office for the discontinuation of the matter. Laura spent the last year and 4 weeks on remand at the Belize Central Prison. A Toledo district teacher convicted of raping a 13-year-old student has been sentenced to a stiff prison term. Santiago Tush was found guilty of 2 counts of rape of a child after the court accepted the testimony of the complainant, who said the incidents occurred inside a teacher's bathroom at her school in May of 2024. Tush, a teacher from Aguacate Village, has been sentenced with the first count of 15 years and 6 months and the second count of 16 years and 6 months. 30-year-old Dangriga resident Devin Parshu, who was convicted of the 2022 murder of Ronald Pungas Gill, has been sentenced to life imprisonment with eligibility for parole after 21 years. The sentence was handed down in Dangriga by Justice Antoinette Moore following a judge-alone trial in the High Court. Parshu had previously been found guilty of fatally stabbing Gill on July 23rd of 2022. Gill, a songwriter and entertainer, was attacked while buying food at a restaurant in Dangriga town. An altercation reportedly broke out between the two men, during which Parshu pulled a knife and stabbed Gill multiple times. He died at the scene. Police have detained two Corozal residents for an armed gas station robbery that occurred in Chula Vista. They managed to locate the assailants, but using a drone in the area minutes after the robbery was reported. ASP Stacy Smith says the robbers allegedly used a firearm that was stolen in another incident.
Police have formally arrested and jointly charged 20-year-old Jair Rancharan and 37-year-old Armando Villanueva, both of Corozal Town, for the crime of robbery. The arrest of Rancharan and Villanueva follows police's investigation into the robbery of Western Gas Station located in the Chula Vista area of Corozal Town. The investigation commenced at approximately 2:27 p.m. when it was reported that two male persons, one of whom was armed with a firearm, went to that establishment and, with the use of threat, demanded that the attendant handed over the proceeds of the day's sale. Being in fear, the attendant complied and the male persons made good their escape. This matter was reported to police, and police's response, including dispatching an investigative team at the scene of the incident with a view of reviewing the available footage, and it also included mobilizing a joint operational team, which was done with a view to cordoning the area and creating a dragnet. Based on the investigation and the use of drone, the police officers were able, some 1 hour after the incident, to apprehend these two male persons, Villanueva and Rancharan. And in Mr. Rancharan's possession, police found a .38 revolver, which also contained 6 live rounds of .38 caliber ammunition, whilst Mr. Villanueva was found in possession of items believed to be the proceeds of the robbery. It must be noted also that the firearm that was recovered is believed to be that which was stolen from a security guard in a robbery which occurred in December of 2025. We have since submitted the firearm to the National Forensic and Science Services Laboratory to be able to confirm that. Given the discovery that was made on Rancharan, Rancharan was additionally charged for kept firearm without a gun license, kept ammunition without a gun license, and possession of a firearm with the serial number removed.
And from a robbery to a city shooting which could have triggered major retaliation, 4 men were shot while playing basketball near the CB Hyde Complex building on Friday evening at 6:30. One of the victims of the non-fatal shooting was Jareem Stain, a 22-year-old who has been shot at many times before in hails of gunfire. He escaped death again, and a part of that may have been that police were on patrol in the area when it happened. Here's how they responded.
Police are investigating a shooting incident that resulted in gunshot injuries to 22-year-old Jareem Stain, 22-year-old Devon Parham, 27-year-old Anthony Reyes, and 27-year-old Tariq Westby. The investigation began on Friday, February 28th at approximately 6:40 p.m. when officers on patrol in the St. Martin's de Porres area were alerted to the sounds of gunshots in the vicinity of the Charles Bartlett Hyde building. Officers immediately proceeded in the direction from which the shots were heard, and they were further advised by police at the control room that the incident occurred at the basketball court, which is located behind the Charles Bartlett Hyde complex building. Police responded by transporting the injured individuals to hospital, and the operational efforts included the cordoning of the area with a view of apprehending the assailants. What we have learned so far, and I must say that the incident was captured on police surveillance camera, is that those 4 male persons, along with others, were on the bleachers in front of the basketball court when a male person emerged from behind the bleachers and went onto the court and fired several shots, which resulted in the aforementioned injuries. The surveillance camera and the footage therefrom is being meticulously scrutinized with a view of apprehending these assailant or this assailant.
Police are also looking for suspects in another city shooting. This one happened on Saturday night in the city. ASP Smith gave us details.
The investigation commenced on Saturday, 21st February at around 8 o'clock p.m. when officers on patrol in the Precinct 1 area were alerted to the sounds of shots being fired in the vicinity of Coruscant Street, Belize City. The officers were advised of the specific location of the incident, and upon the arrival of these officers, they witnessed Mr. Dawson, Damon Dawson, who was suffering an apparent gunshot wound to the body. Mr. Dawson was ferried to the hospital where he is listed in a stable condition, and the scene was processed. Similarly, this incident was captured on police camera, and those footages are now being reviewed with a view to advancing the ongoing investigation. No motive has been established in this shooting.
In a operation led by the GI3 unit, police have arrested and charged 3 men for gun-related offenses. The firearms were found in the Fredericks Alley area. ASP Smith told us more.
Police have formally arrested and jointly charged 35-year-old Tashane Williams of Tibu Street, 25-year-old Ernest McNabb of Aloe Vera Street, and 41-year-old Theodore Andrews of Fern Lane for the offense of kept firearm without a gun license, kept ammunition without a gun license, as well as kept prohibited firearm without a gun license and kept prohibited ammunition without a gun license. The arrest of these 3 individuals follows an operation that was conducted by GI3 personnel on Friday when these officers visited a property in the Frederick Alley area, which led to the discovery of 2 firearms, namely a .38 revolver and a .40 pistol, along with ammunitions.
4 persons have been charged for a drug bust conducted in the Las Flores area of Belmopan. Here's what police uncovered during their operations.
Following a joint intelligence-led anti-drug operation that was conducted on Girasol Street in Las Flores area of Belmopan City, on 18 February 2026 at approximately 2:40 p.m., police formally arrested and jointly charged Kenny Sosa, 23 years old, Deandre Lara, 20-year-old, Paulina Ortiz, 35 years old, and Milton Ortiz, also 25 years old, for 2 counts of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply. The arrest of these individuals follows the discovery of 1.40 grams of suspected cocaine, as well as 120 grams of cannabis, which was found in the open in the immediate vicinity of these 4 male persons who were congregating in a yard on Girasol Street. Milton Ortiz was additionally charged with possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply after a search of a bag that belonged to him resulted in the discovery of 2 plastic bags containing suspected cocaine, which when weighed totaled 37.5 grams.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, El Mencho killed in Mexico, but what does it mean for Belizeans? We'll talk to the ambassador. And the cancer patient in an ambulance died at the western border crossing. Who's to blame? We'll have some answers. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station. Channel 7.
When it happened before, me don't know where that a PUP.
It takes a lot to stand up for what's right, and the Deputy Prime Minister did just that.
Ultimately, it's the people of Belize who owns the company. So if any acquisition is supposed to take place, the people of Belize have to bless it.
And someone's not happy about it, because this was never about benefiting you, the people. They tried to push an acquisition no one wanted, an acquisition that would only benefit their families, all the while using your company.
BTL will have to take a chill pill, you know. They will have to shelf it.
Cordell for the people, Johnny for himself.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
The Public Utilities Commission advises the public that it has conducted a comprehensive review of market conditions in the telecommunications sector, and as part of this process, has prepared an initial determination outlining the preliminary findings on whether any licensee may hold a position of market dominance in accordance with Section 42 of the Belize Telecommunications Act. This assessment is evidence-based and forward-looking and is intended to safeguard consumers and other users of telecommunications services by identifying where competitive limitations may be scarce to prevent risks such as excessive pricing, reduced service quality, limited choices, and unfair treatment. In conducting this assessment, the PUC reviewed regional and international regulatory approaches to guide localized assessment under Belize's legislative framework. The initial determination identifies the relevant telecommunication markets as follows. Retail markets include services supplied directly to end users, including fixed, mobile, and bundled offerings. Wholesale markets include services and facilities supplied on a non-retail basis provided to other licensees or users under conditions different from standard retail offerings. Additionally, this determination is structured to support informed public engagement and includes 11 consultation questions to obtain stakeholder feedback. The document on public consultation, Initial Determination on Market Dominance, can be viewed in its entirety at www.puc.bz. The PUC invites written comments from all interested parties, including licensees, consumers, consumer representatives, and the general public. Comments should be submitted to info@puc.bz by 4 p.m. on March 2, 2026, and include in the subject line, Comments, Initial Determination on Market Dominance.
The only 3 senior magistrates, all Belizeans, were instructed to uproot their lives in Belize City and work in the districts. 2 are not able to sacrifice their family situations. Under the circumstances, 1 senior magistrate felt compelled to request retirement. The 2nd senior magistrate applied for transfer to another government department and was rejected, thereby forcing her to resign. It is reported that a Belizean magistrate recently applied for a vacant promotion and was turned down in favor of a foreign magistrate with less experience. The Belizean magistrate has informed she will resign. It is confirmed that 6 foreigners are being brought into our country to serve as magistrates. This brings a total 10 foreign magistrates, leaving only 4 Belizeans serving our people. 2 Belizeans, including a Belizean chief magistrate, fully qualified with many years of experience, recently applied for 2 vacant posts of judges. They were both rejected. Of the 11 judges in the senior courts, only 1 is a Belizean. There are over 100 Belizean lawyers. There are over a dozen retired magistrates and chief magistrates. There are over 24 lawyers working in various government departments and agencies. None have been approached to offer their services, even for a limited period. This unprecedented foreignization of the nation's judiciary in the High Court and magistracy is an affront to our sense of nationalism and national dignity and poses a threat to our democracy and justice system. We sound this warning. The situation is alarming.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, the Mexican government says it has restored order in multiple cities after a wave of violence swept across the nation yesterday. It was set off when Mexican security forces killed the powerful leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, or El Mencho, in a coordinated attack staged in the Jalisco state in western Mexico. In response, operatives of his cartel unleashed chaos in cities across Mexico, attacking security forces, blocking highways, and torching supermarkets, banks, and vehicles. The violence did not reach Chetumal, but there were vehicles burned in Playa del Carmen and Cancun. Today, schools and businesses were closed in some of the areas hit hardest, and residents and tourists were ordered to stay indoors. But the violence has subsided, and Mexican officials said they have arrested 70 people and killed 34 people suspected of being cartel members, while 25 members of the National Guard had been killed. The death also included a state prosecutor, a security guard, and a civilian. But what does it mean for Belizeans? At any time, we have many students in universities, such as Anahuac in Merida and Cancun, plus there are always car dealers in motions with vehicles. Speaking today via Zoom, Belize's man in Mexico says no Belizeans were cast up in that wave of violence.
Insofar as Belizeans, we don't have any report of any Belizeans who were affected adversely or injured in any of this. As I mentioned earlier, there were a lot of students who were concerned, students in Anahuac, in Merida, in other parts of Mexico. And we've been fielding a lot of phone calls and just assuring them that the areas where they are very safe. We had two different groups of individuals who traveled from Belize City to Merida yesterday. They did not encounter any problem on the highway, and they're safe in Merida, going about and doing the activities that they're there for. We had a few people here in Mexico City who were on vacations. They traveled back this morning. They've reported to me that they've crossed the border there in Chetumal and Corozal without any issues. They didn't see a heightened sense of security at the international airport here in Mexico City, and that it's business as usual. So we have a network of honorary councils. We have an honorary council in Yucatan in Merida, one in Quintana Roo in Chetumal. We have one in Puerto Veracruz in Veracruz, and we also have in Monterrey, close to Nuevo Leon. And so we've been in contact with them to also get the local reality on the ground. My advice would be to try to listen to credible local news networks, also to the credible news networks in Belize. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs didn't take the situation lightly, and that is why you saw the travel advisory come out. I believe that's been the first for quite a few years, because we understand the gravity of the situation, and it's our job, it's our responsibility to try to find out as much as the information is possible, credible information, and then filter it up so that decisions like that can be made. My advice to car dealers would be, if you've not crossed into the Mexican border as yet and you're in the US and you're planning to come now, to wait a few days more. Things have been pretty calm since late last night into this morning. The response by the Mexican authorities and their military has been commendable. They're looking at it at a very serious situation. They're deploying the amount of military assets that is needed to make sure that they can control situations. So that is very commendable. But I would suggest, or I would advise to the car dealers to wait a few days before you start to make that trek back home.
Tonight, the Ministry of Immigration is clarifying the circumstances surrounding a border processing incident that ended in tragedy. On Saturday, it was reported that cancer patient Nassar Reyes died at the western border after being denied entry to Belize. In a statement, the ministry explains that an ambulance from Honduras arrived at Belize's western border with Guatemala at 6:30 a.m. carrying Reyes, a cancer patient, along with 2 relatives and 2 Honduran medical personnel. The family members were processed while the medical team presented identification but had no passports. Despite this, immigration officers were prepared to allow entry on humanitarian grounds pending customs clearance of the ambulance. Meanwhile, a Belizean ambulance was dispatched from Benqueviejo town. When it arrived around 7:05 a.m., local medical personnel examined Reyes and determined that he had already died. Uniting Women in Law Enforcement, it's a march planned for Women's Month to highlight the women within Belize's security forces. ASP Stacey Smith told us why it's important.
In collaboration with Women's Month, which occurs in the month of March every year, the Belize Police Department will be hosting its first of a kind all-female law enforcement march, and we have extended invitation to our sisters in law enforcement, the Belize Coast Guard and the Belize Defense Force, and they are expected to make representation along with us. The march will start off at approximately 9 o'clock a.m. on 2nd March. We leave from in front of the House of Culture and we proceed up Regent Street and onto Albert Street. This march will feature some over 650 police officers, Coast Guard and BDF combined, and it is held under the theme of Uniting Women in Law Enforcement for a Safer Belize. So we would like to take this opportunity to encourage everyone, those of you who are able to come down in the area, schools in particular, to bring out the students and witness history in the making as we celebrate women in law enforcement.
The National Bus Company is set to launch, and there is much concern over employment status of those already employed with these companies. Will they be jobless? Well, not according to the Minister of Transport. Dr. Louis Zabani said that they are ready to incorporate everyone into this transition.
Absolutely. In fact, we insist that we want to give everybody that's in there now the first option, the first opportunity to continue with the National Bus Company. Now, they all know that they have to engage in training, in understanding the values and the principles of National Bus Company. And that is something that we are preparing now for the transitional period. That's going to be integral to this transition. The majority, I must say, are roadworthy. And the cash flows, the road service permits is what allows the companies to operate. So those permits then allow the buses to go at certain times. And then you calculate how much income is made and the expenses that go with those routes. So that is what National Bus Company has done in terms of the evaluation from the auditors, have calculated a certain amount, and that adds up to the 19 plus million.
How many buses do the 14 have?
They would end up then having about 70 buses, because the total is around 190 buses overall.
And for those wondering, the Ministry of Transport is looking for new traffic wardens. The minister explained that Cabinet has approved their budget increase, and they are looking to increase to as many as 200 staff. The training strategy will also change with the ministry, looking to a training style similar to the police.
We got support from Cabinet to increase our enforcement staff from 42 to 200. And we expect that that will be going on gradually in the new fiscal year as those funds come on stream. A part of how we're going to do it now will be more like the police or the BDF, right, where you have to apply and then you also have to go through training. All the present wardens across the country are doing that. They are getting trained, something that had never happened before. And this is going to be part and parcel of how persons now become wardens to go there to enforce the traffic laws. But the NBC buses will have another layer of monitoring, because what we are installing in each of the buses, we will have cameras that show in the front of the bus and inside the bus. We're able to track the speed of each bus. We're able to look at the performance of the driver of those buses in terms of timeliness, stopping unnecessarily on the road, etc. So we have a control room that's being established right now in Belmopan, where we can see we'll be able to see all of the buses along the road, wherever they are. And we can also get information that helps us with the monitoring of the, say, when tires are needed to be replaced, how fuel is being used, etc.
And finally, tonight, the Lunar New Year was observed on Saturday at Asian stores across the city with the sound of firecrackers, crashing cymbals, and brightly colored lion costumes. We leave you with scenes of that from a few stores in the city where they welcomed in the year of the fire horse. Enjoy those scenes and join me back here tomorrow at 6. Have a great night.